Hey everyone, Matt the Movie Guy here. Alright, so I just got back from Cinderella, and wow, if this isn't one of the prettiest movies I have ever seen. I mean, no, seriously, one of the prettiest movies I have ever seen. Yes, I know that probably sounds weird for a 30-year-old guy to be calling a movie pretty, but no, seriously, that's like the only word that I could think of to describe it.
They're made of glass.
And you find that really comfortable.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. The attention to detail, the cinematography, the costume design, the music, the production values of this are absolutely fantastic. This is going to get award nominations. This is absolutely going to be getting Oscar nominations next year, and it deserves it. It is, especially costume design. At this point, I'll be shocked if costume design doesn't win. Holy Mother of Mary! Wow. But I said this last week in my Chappie review. Aesthetics a movie does not make. So is this a good movie? Yes. Yes. I would go so far as to possibly call this the possibly. I need to re-see it, and I do really want to rewatch it now. This might be the best honest, straight telling of Cinderella ever. This might be better than the classic 1950s animated movie, also from Disney. That is how good this is. I really don't want to oversell this. I really want you to go see this, and just because, I mean, look, words like enchanting and magical and charming for Disney fairy tales, describing those movies with those words is really cliche. This movie is enchanting, magical, and charming, though. I'm not really, I don't watch Downton Abbey, so I'm not familiar with Lily James, but she was absolutely fantastic as Cinderella. Like, she was beautiful, she was graceful, she was charismatic. It was absolutely incredible. It was absolutely, truly incredible. The Prince, Prince Charming, played by Robb Stark. Fortunately, the Reigns of Castamere did not play during the wedding scene in this particular project of his. That would have been awesome, though. Reigns of Castamere starts playing, doors close, and the Grand Duke shows up, and Prince Charming's like, "Grand Duke, why are you here?" "Lady Tremaine sends her regards." Okay, that would have been how it should have ended. I just gave you your ending. Okay, please make it, I beg of you. But no, Robb Stark. I know. I think his name is Richard Madden. But for all intents and purposes, I know him. My experience with him, I know him as Robb Stark. And he's really good. He actually gives a lot of, like, backstory and depth to Prince Charming, or as he's known in this movie, Kit. Did not see that coming. His name is Kit. But they give a pretty decent character to him. Actually, that's one of the things this movie does really well, better than the 1950s animated version. Rather than caricatures, these are characters. Prince Charming is a character. Lady Tremaine is a character. Now, this does take away from her villainy. Cate Blanchett just simply doesn't match up in cruelty to the 1950s animated version of Lady Tremaine, which is perhaps one of the greatest Disney villains ever because of her sheer evilness. That is not the case here. Now, Cate Blanchett is absolutely fantastic. She is cold as ice. And she's just relishing in it. And it's so great to watch. Like, if you were I mean, she does a lot of really good scenery chewing here. So, If that's what you were hoping for, you got it. You got it. Go see this movie. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of scenery chewing from her. And the stepsisters. The stepsisters are actually done very well as well. I don't give spoilers, but there's a lot of really good moments. Like, it explains why, even though the prince is supposed to marry a princess, why the ball is open to all the commoners. It explains why it doesn't explain, but explain isn't the right word. It gives a reason for why Lady Tremaine hates Cinderella so much, which adds a lot of depth to her character. It makes her a better character. Less of a villain as a result, but a better character. And and the way that everything is sorted out at the end. You know how it ends. It's Cinderella. You know how it ends. You know how it ends. I don't want to give away the changes that they made to it, but, I mean, you know how Cinderella ends. I mean, happily ever after, okay? You know how it ends. You know how it ends. And it doesn't really, it's Gus and Jock do not go get the key, steal the key away from Lucifer. Thank God. Much better at explaining how this one wraps up. Much better. I mean, of course, there's the classic tearing of her original dress, and that's done better in this one too. Again, I'm not going to give it away. It's just everything that it changes for the better. And that's really what stood out for me in this movie, is that, yes, you are telling the story of Cinderella, but the small changes that this makes really stand out and really make this a better story, make the characters more interesting. Like, there's really not that much more to say. This is the best movie that I have seen all year. Now, I've only seen 6 so far this year. This is the best of what I've seen so far. And I actually have a feeling that this is going to be one of possibly the best of the year. It really is. Just, I can't find anything wrong with this movie. I mean, the only thing that I guess I can fault it for is that it's telling a story that we've already heard about 100 times by now. But it's telling it in the best way I've heard thus far. Kenneth Branagh has set the bar very, very high on live-action fairy tale movies. And this actually makes me really, really excited for the live-action version of Beauty and the Beast next year. Please, Bill Condon, Emma Watson, Dan Stevens, Luke Evans, do not let me down. I am really, really, really excited now. And that's all that I really have to say. Cinderella, go see it. Absolutely go see it. Great family film. Great for kids. Great for adults. Just a really nice, enjoyable movie that just about anybody would enjoy. Yeah. So thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Hey everyone, thank you so very much for watching. Click on the link in the annotation if you'd like my thoughts on the new Frozen short, Frozen Fever. And we'll be back next week with a review of Do You Believe? See you then.